Hello and welcome back to EGL6 live here in Sweden. I'm joined by Ben Bowman, my fellow commentator today, and also joined by someone very, very special, Chris Mellow Marsh, who is actually in Sweden at the moment. How are you today, Chris?
Not bad, how are you?
I'm quite good. It is quite warm back in here in England, and so being
It's
stuck
actually
inside
really warm here. I'm tempted to go open the window and admin from outside, just looking through the window.
How's the event running so far? We heard about a power cut this morning.
Well, it was only brief. It's because the venue we're using, it's not heavily used for too many things. So as a result, we ended up for some reason one of the circuits went, but we managed to replace it pretty quickly. So it didn't set us back at all. It was just when people were warming up at the start. We got it fixed in about 10 minutes.
Oh, awesome. Brilliant. Ben, do you have anything to ask him? And just before you do ask him, if you have any questions for Chris, please put them in the shout box and we'll try and ask him while we have him.
Yeah, that's a good idea. What I was going to quickly say is, obviously this event isn't going to be as big as what you may sort of be used to. So how are the players sort of finding it? Are they all having fun, would you say?
Yeah, obviously for the players, most of them, they can't really afford to get over to the UK and stuff. I think a lot of people don't really realise, a lot of the British players, for example, were saying how they should come over to the UK for UK events. And obviously, the UK events are huge. But but they then, in another breath, actually said, "Oh yeah, we've not gone to EGL6 because it's maybe too expensive." And obviously, it works both ways. And having travelled to this event, I could see that it wouldn't be that easy for people coming from Sweden to the UK because we flew from Edinburgh, we had to stay overnight in Edinburgh before flying over here and stuff. So that was a bit unfortunate, but for the players, I think they're all really enjoying the event. It's been good so far. I mean, obviously it's quite a modest turnout, but if it wasn't for this event, there wouldn't be an event in Sweden for console. So They're obviously enjoying that. We've got a decent set of teams here for in terms of I think we've got all the best Swedish teams in attendance. The Finnish Skitlight team are obviously doing well at the moment. We've got a couple of Dutch players as well. It's a shame, obviously, that more teams couldn't attend from the continent and from the UK, but maybe at future Swedish events.
Yeah, definitely. Just seen a great question in the chat. Who, in your opinion, do you reckon is performing the best so far?
Well, from what I've seen, Skitlight Finland are looking good. I think I actually did a list of teams who I thought were going to do well, and I think Finland could win it. Enigma they've picked it up a bit after having lost the first game. Druids, obviously, they're about to play to see who tops their group. I think they're likely to be the top three, and then Cold Game, I think, are probably the underdog team. I reckon they could probably surprise people and maybe grab third place if they pick up the performance.
Yeah, I think one thing you need to point out here, Chris, is obviously you guys come under an incredible amount of flack for putting it in Sweden in the first place. And obviously the 32-team cap was discussed as being useless, but obviously you haven't even reached that 32-team cap. So I think people need to realise, obviously, this is more a branching out for EGL rather than a fully fledged one on the scale of EGL7.
Yeah, I think our mistake was calling it EGL6, obviously, because people are quite a lot of people, I think, have been short-sighted in that. I think that they thought, because we got 113 teams at the last event, we then had an event in Sweden, and they think that we thought, oh, we'll get 113 teams in Sweden, but that was never the case. I can paste.
Have we lost him? Are you still there, Chris? Yeah, I can no longer hear Chris. If you are joining us, this is EGL6 in Sweden. I think we may have lost Chris there, unless he's muted his mic, or he has apparently gone. I'm not entirely sure what's going on.